We'll put them down and bring them out to you.
Morning.
Yeah.
Hey, camera looks, it always has brighten up. Everything's fine. It looks great.
I don't think it looks terrible, but
And then I'm white.
Still don't know, do you?
no, this is white.
It's fresh haircut.
Unless she's white or
You're looking a little more off
Mine.
white from this, at least.
Yeah,
I gotta sit by my buddy.
my
We got our unicorn earrings in
douche
here.
hawk.
Douche hawk.
My hair is gonna look like this no matter what. I sleep on my side, and so everything's always just straight up anyway. So I'm like this.
It's the easiest hairstyle.
Yeah, I didn't have to do anything. I didn't have to do anything this morning. I woke up looking literally like this.
I woke up like this.
Yeah, and it's one of those things like, oh, ouch.
And then you could wake up with
It's
no
that-
hair.
yeah, this is the best it gets. It's the best it's gonna get. So
Sorry, everybody, if you're looking for something else.
yeah, we'll give everybody a minute to kind of filter in here, and we've got the stepladder finals of the PWBA BVL Open on right now that we're watching. We're watching the first match versus Verity Crawley and Jordan Richards. So this was a pretty good show. If you haven't seen it yet, there's probably going to be spoilers.
This is a first for me, actually.
So yeah.
Bedhead do.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Bedhead don't care.
Yeah, we got
But they only had kindergarten and they had
Oh,
second.
we've got matching unicorn earrings. They're kind of hard to see, but
Rainbow unicorn too,
Yeah.
right? Aren't they rainbow unicorn?
Yeah.
yep, rainbow unicorn. I've even got rainbow hoops in here too. So
I don't know, like if she's saying
Guess we can show them that if you want to show
all right, yep. This morning we have got Brickaway Brewery Coffee Vanilla Stout Session Series. So we're gonna give this a shot and
Is it session or
See what it-
saison or how do you?
session.
I don't know.
Saison is SAISON, so it's actually a
Okay.
session.
I've got a pour here for us this time, so
Yeah,
I get up and do her part here.
yeah. Hopefully YouTube, I scheduled a thing, so hopefully YouTube, I haven't seen any notifications that we're actually live, so
You haven't seen that yet, but I got the Discord one this morning.
yeah, Yeah.
Discord hasn't.
at least got it scheduled, but yeah, YouTube's stupid.
It hasn't said it's
So-
live yet. I'll just
Not even Discord bot. And well, and if YouTube hasn't.
Yeah.
done it, then the
Can you
Discord bot.
share it in general and share?
I'll get it.
Happy Memorial Day weekend, everybody. That's
Yeah.
everybody that's with us right now.
Mm-hmm.
We've got bowling tournament tomorrow.
Yep.
So, and Oleta.
Yeah. Good morning. YouTube did send notifications. Now we got some
There we go.
people popping in here, so
Here you are, sir.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Mm-hmm. Sir.
First sip. All
Coffee.
right, let's see what.
I think everybody's probably camping this morning, so
That's not terrible.
yep. We'll probably catch a lot of you on the flip side or on the not live side, so we'll go on ahead and get into it. We're going to talk about the whole perception versus reality thing.
Yeah.
And so we thought we'd give people some reality checks. We're not going to harp on the subject, but we're going to use it as a springboard to talk about, it doesn't seem like a lot of bowlers are really grounded in reality, and they kind of, it's the lanes or the pins or the bowling balls or the layout or the surface or whatever they want to get into the details instead of thinking, okay, well, there's probably a reason that didn't carry, or am I really lined up right? Am I using the right ball? Am I making good shots in the first place?
Mhm.
Not all pocket strikes or not all pocket hits are created equal. So turn my notifications off as well. But first, we had an unfortunate event a couple days ago. We lost our Panda Bear. She was the inspiration for the Panda Pack patches, and she's been on several live streams. And every time we did something out in the garage, she was always out there hanging out, and it was kind of a sudden thing. She was kind of hacking and coughing Friday morning, and we took her into the vet, and they did some blood work, and she was a little sluggish and slow and kind of breathing hard, but we took her in and they did some blood work. She had an elevated white count, and so they thought, it looks like an infection, and so they gave her a couple shots and said, okay, we'll go home, let her rest, and we'll see what happens. Give it about 24 hours, and so Angel went ahead and went into work, and I hung out with her here all day, and she just kind of looked like she was tired. But towards the end of the day, she started, she'd go in and get a couple drinks, and then the last time she got up to get a drink, she didn't have the energy, and she fell down, and she kind of laid there. And so I picked her up and I took her outside to get her some fresh air, and she just kind of laid there for a little while and just kind of started getting slower and slower. And so we took her into the emergency vet here in town a little bit later when Angel got home, and they did an x-ray on her and found all kinds of things. She had a collapsed lobe in her lung, and she had a bunch of fluid around her lungs, and basically they kind of figured out by everything that it was congestive heart failure, and that's something that normally shows up after our foster people that we got Missile and Aspen from in the first place, and that they're pretty big resource for us. They said, yeah, that's something that normally shows up later than you can do anything about. And so by the time you know about it, it's too late.
Yeah.
And so they let us back. We took her in, and she was we could tell when they took her in that she was pretty well out of it. And so they had us come back after they kind of figured out what was going on. They got the x-ray results back, and they did everything and said, well, she's not really, she's still breathing, but she's not really there. And you said sometimes like she could be just really tired, or could be really out of it or something. And so so they said, come on back and we'll see if she responds to you. And we went back there, and she perked up just for a few seconds, and it was, she was out of it. She was pretty well gone, but she could tell that we were there. And so she just kind of like, oh, okay, you're here. And then got about 30 more seconds, and she let go. So realistically speaking, it was pretty shocking and pretty quick, because she was fine. And, even up to just the night before, she's always been kind of slow, and she kind of, she gets excited when you get here every week, and then she kind of harumphs and kind of flops down and lays there and either pants or stares at you or whatever else, but she still kind of gets animated for a little bit and gets all excited and gets all pumped up. And so yeah, it was pretty sudden to just think, oh, okay, well, she's a little slow this morning. And then by the end of the day, she was
a pretty awesome pup.
Yeah.
Fluffy as can be.
Yeah, she was pretty cool, and she helped out our other dogs quite a bit, and all the fosters that we have. She made them feel at home, and she kind of brought Missile out of her shell, because Missile, when we got her, she was a wreck. There's a video that her foster parents did on her, because they spent 4 or 5 months with Missile rehabbing her, and she was a mess when we got here. And now she's still a little reluctant with new people, but she's pretty happy-go-lucky, bouncing all around. And so yeah,
she's my buddy. I like to play with her.
Yeah, we're gonna miss the Panda Bear, but I think Aspen's had a tough time, and it was kind of a Yuna-centric household, because it just feels, even though she's normally just kind of laying there not doing anything, it's kind of like, okay, it's time to go do this, or it's time to eat, or it's time. Everything was kind of based around Yuna, and without her here, it's kind of like, well, okay, it's not any actually quieter than it used to be, but it just kind of like, okay, well, what do we do here? So anyhow, enough doom and gloom. She was the bestest pupper.
She was pretty dang good.
So we're going to get into the topic at hand once again. Perception is not always reality, even when they try to say it's an alternate reality that some other people live in. That's probably what that should have been titled, is Perception versus alternate reality, because they're
if living in their world, yes, they would be in an alternate reality.
Yeah, it'd be like Hannah's House of Mirrors in Branson, where everything, it's definitely an augmented reality.
Hey,
but they had if you're not subscribed to Bull TV, You're missing all the PWBA stuff, and there's so many. There's a really big boom. You know, the last couple years, once the PWBA came back, things, you know, you saw a bunch of collegiate players that were getting a chance to, you know, get on their feet and have some real competition. And then here the last couple of years, with as big as the collegiate scene's been, the PWBA's really filled out, and it's not, you know, there's a lot of people that, for some dumb, I've always liked women's sports, but there's a lot of people that kind of feel like women's sports are kind of a knockoff of men's sports. But the PWBA is legit. It's as big a competition as you'll find anywhere. So
Yep, it's pretty good.
I really enjoy it. And if you're old school, this kind of feels like old school bowling. It's not all I'm okay with the two-handed stuff, but
Which that'll make its way here eventually on the women's side.
yeah, I'm just not a big fan. Of course, I've never been a power guy, so it's one of those things.
Me
I've
either.
always been a fan of shot making, and so I grew up with, you know, Pete Weber and Walter Ray and Brian Voss and Norm Duke, and then on the women's side, Carolyn and Liz Johnson, and, you know, people that didn't really do anything special to the ball. They did special things to the pins.
They just make shots.
So
Yeah.
so that's why I like the. Yeah, I'll show that one. Yeah. But yeah, so Shannon O'Keefe had, once they got done with the qualifying round in the morning yesterday, they were talking to her about, because she had a big block this morning. She did okay yesterday, enough to make the first cut, but then they cut from 32, the cashers, to the top 12, and Shannon went from kind of a 20 something, I guess, and had a really good block and got herself up into the top 12. And they were talking to her, and she said, well, you know what? I just didn't throw it very good yesterday. And that's where a lot of bowlers kind of get lost in thinking, well, I hit the pocket all night and I just couldn't carry. It's like, well, no, that's not really the way that it works. And there's sometimes like the little sweeper that we had after league on Thursday that I couldn't carry. And that's one of the things, as soon as I'm saying I tried a few, well, no, I actually did really good in that. I can't remember.
No, you both
No,
did.
it was what was it? It was the other.
It was the one we did the week before.
Yeah,
The 6-gamer.
The 6-gamer. That's what I was gonna say. Cause I bowled pretty good on the. Bowled pretty good at the little sweeper, but no, they had a little fundraiser tournament, and I just couldn't carry. And this is a place where I averaged almost 230 this year, and the same things with the same ball and the same end of the house that we normally bowl on.
Yeah.
And it really wasn't.
We were on the same pairs.
Yeah, if you weren't Zach Rhodes or Michael Zuck or Jeff Alton and Tennyson, there was a lot of big scores, but yeah, it just
The Saturday sweeper, the 6-gamer, Zach Rhodes crushed me again that day. I had a good day, so Zach was our whole pair cashed.
Yeah,
Jesse, Zach, and I.
Mm-hmm.
So it was. Zach Rhodes can make shots. That kid's pretty good. So
yeah, yep. And no, for some reason, I just couldn't carry. And I tried a bunch of different things. I tried a bunch of different angles, and I ended up.
Do you remember what year Zach was at Wichita? Actually bowling?
Oh, that's a great question.
It wasn't too long ago. I think he's late 20s. I think he's 27, 28. So it's been recently, probably 2015-ish.
Yeah,
I would guess.
He just started at my
Zach
company.
was
actually.
there, so.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew that he moved back to town. I didn't know nobody moved back to town or to the area anyway.
Yep, he started there 2 weeks ago.
Cool. So he'll be fun to have around.
I saw the name on there, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
actually Zach Rhodes, or is that a different Zach Rhodes?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, he'll be fun to have around.
Well, and
But,
when Shanoa and Zach first came, when the people who didn't know who they were because of their relationships, like, is that brother and sister?
Oh God, yeah, they thought that they were married.
oh
Because
no,
they just, yeah, I know, because they just,
Shanoa said they actually get that a lot for people who don't know them.
well, because they don't look anything alike.
No, that's what I was gonna say. They
She's
don't look
blonde.
yeah.
You know, she's blonde. He's dark haired.
No, that's my brother.
They don't. Yeah, they don't look very similar, and they're about
Sorry.
they're about the same size. So
About to bowl 4-game handicap double tournament this past year.
But-
Good luck, Shim.
But-
Well, she'll be out in
Oh,
town
yeah.
next week, won't
Yep. He'll be here next weekend for a doubleheader that we've got.
For those that were just joining us, we're having Brickway Brewery Coffee Vanilla Stout.
Yep.
Never had it. It's actually not terrible, so I was a little hesitant because I'm not a big stout guy.
Yeah, this is one of those that's got the flavor, but it's not heavy. So, Rich in Florida, what's up? And hey, everybody else, the usual crew: Fruit, Scott, Rockefeller, Bart. So, but anyway, it's weird to go because I'm definitely not the type. Stephanie Zavala. I'm not the type to just say I can't carry or I made. But it was rough on Saturday trying to carry. I just couldn't get this, and it was.
Didn't you throw something different though?
Well, I was throwing the synergy, and I was hitting the pocket, but something was a little bit off, and so I was kind of whining about carry. But I'm like, well, I have to be too precise to get it to carry. If I missed just a little bit, it was a wrap 7, and that's the other thing is it's really hard when you have those wrap 7s. Wrap corners or drive-bys on the back row because it's like, gosh, I'm throwing it good, it's just not either good enough or something's not matching up or whatever else, and it's just sometimes it's a little too late by the time you figure it out. And I was whining about it, but I'm like, well, they're not perfect, but they should be good enough, and they weren't good enough, and I just couldn't get it.
You just look like
worked out, but
you look like Thursday night. You changed. I know you changed. You're throwing a different ball, but. At the same time, it looked like you're changing angles up a little bit or doing something.
Yeah, I had to try a bunch of different things. I got that halo burnout and tried to.
Yeah, it looked like you were
tried to adjust, but it was just not clicking.
Yeah. That
day, and what Shannon O'Keefe was talking about in qualifying on Friday, she's like, I just didn't throw it good. I was at a time. My feet were a little fast, and I was snapping through it too fast at the line. And she had a clean 188 game that included a foul spare.
Yeah.
And so she's like, it was one of those things where it's like, well, you can complain about a lot of things,
right?
But that's not fixing the problem. And some people just think, well, you can't win them all the time. You're not going to carry everything, whatever else. And so too many people, I think, complain about it and then they write it off instead of saying, okay, well, what can I do next time? Because there's been several times too where I don't know how many people. Or I would, constantly tell people, that there's 3 games, kids.
Yep.
Because you start off terrible, and it's instead of saying, okay, well, shot 180 the first game, this is just going to be a bad night. You find it and shoot 250, 260 the last 2, and end up shooting. I did that towards the end of the year. Towards the beginning of the year, I'd have a couple good games, and then I'd have a terrible game, and I'd shoot 700.
What?
You had one that. Leap.
Yeah.
I don't recall.
Yeah.
Hey, Clint. Hey.
Hey, John. Delete that from the memory. 260, 271.
Yeah, and so that's the thing is at the beginning of the season, I'd have 520, 530 going in and shoot 7.0 or 7.10. Well, the back part of the season, I'd shoot 2.0 the first game, and I'm like, oh no, I'm going to shoot 700.
Yeah.
It kind of got to be a running joke that it's like, oh no, I'm still going to shoot. And there was, I'd shoot 170, 180 sometimes. Like, no, I'm going to shoot 700.
It also depends on if you can control your internal fry out as well.
Yeah.
Because, when you're having a game like that to start a day or whatever, you're just going to, internally you're frying out.
Yeah.
Like, what do I got to do?
It wasn't just a joke with him. There was a couple other people, like he'd get up.
Yep.
And so they'd go, oh, we got the first one. Don't think you're getting the other 2 though. Like, it was just... Or do you have a 300 the next game because you're going to need it? You're going
to need it. That's good. I mean, I had a night earlier this year, even just on Thursdays, where I went 160 on 1 and 2 and shot 279 next game. So, you were next to me.
That reminds me of what Bob Benoit did to Randall at top 10 one year. It was either Randall's first or second year out of youth, and he qualified 4th or 5th. For top 10, Bob qualified first. And Randall shot something like 770 in the first 3 matches. Like he shot 250, 260, 250, and they weren't close.
Yeah.
And then they got into the championship match, and Bob came right up to him in a typical Bob form, said, you better keep striking because I'm not gonna miss. And Randall shot 180. So
Randall lost the game then.
Bob had some other colorful. He had a more colorful way that he stated it. It's not YouTube appropriate, but.
Would you rather shoot a 720 with a 190 game 1, or B game 3? I would rather do a game 1.
Yeah, definitely. Because otherwise it feels like, well, you had the look and then you fell off or you choked or whatever else, and you have the 190 first. Now, it depends.
Am I still going to make money?
If you're in a tournament and I have $200 or $300 in brackets, I definitely want the 190 game, the last game. You don't really want it anywhere.
Golf clap. Touche there. Touche.
Yeah.
Touche.
Yeah. Talking nationals, I don't think it matters.
Yeah, nationals. It's like, I'm still in the reverse. Yeah.
Because they still do the reverse brackets.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Come on, reverse brackets.
Those are so cool. I wish people would do more of those.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just, well, if you do them and there's like a step ladder afterwards, it's not advised.
Right.
Because trying to get all the numbers and get payouts to enter them backwards is actually a little bit more difficult. I mean, you've got to go through and you've got to enter everything backwards.
Yeah.
There's not a system.
It's just weird.
Yeah, you have to have all the games in order.
Like the bracket coordinator programs and all that, they probably don't have a system in there that they can do it reverse, do they?
No, it's not set up. You have to enter it, so you have to have all the games. I mean, it's pretty quick to go through and enter.
Right.
But it's just when you're got the regular brackets that you got to do, and then you got the reverse brackets you got to do, and you have a step ladder.
Yeah.
That would be no. But if it's just you show up and you bowl 3 games, or show up and bowl 6 games, or whatever, then sure, go ahead and do them.
Yeah, it'd be definitely different. I'd like to see some mystery partner or blind draw double tournaments too. I'd like to see more of that stuff.
Yeah, I think it's just because depending on the area you're in and the group that you're with.
Yep.
I think it's going to be because some people, they look at a tournament, they're like, I just want to bowl. I don't care who it's with. And there's other people who are like, well, I care who it's with. And so some people won't sign up because I don't want to get paired with this person. Or I don't want to get paired with that person.
Once again, bowlers.
But
different one this time. We're going to a Kolsch. It's called Zipline.
Zipline Kolsch
Brewing Company. I just picked out 3 randoms. So here you go.
But yeah, and sometimes who you bowl with can really help you kind of lock things in. I know that I was pretty fortunate this year with the first one being back lefty. I was pretty fortunate to get picked by Hirschman because he helped me out. He really did help me out a lot this year because I came into it and I'm like, I've kind of translated some things. I know the left side's a little bit different, but the game plan mentally is just completely different. It's just things happen differently. Things happen in a different order. I mean, it's still bowling, but
you guys all did a good job working together.
And Hirschman was a big part of that. I think everybody kind of brought their own thing,
to the table.
Because Jeff White's normally he's just kind of cool and laid back, and if he's one of those, if I hit him this week, I didn't hit him this week, it's okay, we'll get him next week and whatever else. And
that's pretty good too. It smells weird when you first drink it. That's not bad.
Adam got us started off pretty good he was one of the better 2 bowlers in the league. I think he averaged 210 or something like that. He was up there in the points too. So
was he really?
Yeah.
Good.
Yep. He did get some points money out of it. So he was close to 80. So yeah, he was one of the better 2 bowlers all year long and was pretty solid. And he held us up a lot of times when the rest of us had bad games.
Then you had me in the 3 holes averaging 220 plus and getting my brains beat in.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think it was both of you have commented that the 3 hole is actually probably the hardest spot to be.
The 3 hole is hard. The 3 hole and the 1 hole can be tough sometimes, but the 3 hole is tough in that league.
Yeah.
It's odd to think that you would actually prefer to be anchor.
I would almost prefer to be anchor unless I'm bowling Trevor.
And sometimes it's weird how that works out because sometimes the team captains do draft a higher average if you have some new people coming into the league, but the team captains generally still stay in the 4 spot, even if they have a lower average than the 3 spot.
just because they don't want to bowl in the 3 spots.
Yeah, that league's pretty unique, but generally the captain stays in the captain spot unless it's like there's like a 10-pin difference or something like that.
James
So
asked a question.
Yeah, James says in the
Okay.
Thursday draft league, do they always order bowlers low to high average, or can you move it around?
the interesting thing about that league is that the top 2 averages on the team have to be 3-4.
Yep.
They have to be. And generally speaking, the lowest average is in the 2-hole. They have the second high, or the third high average be the leadoff bowler to kind of get it started, and then the 2-hole is generally the lowest average bowler. But again, I mean, Jeff White averaged 227 this year, and eventually him and I, he started out hot too, and so we kind of bounced back and forth, and it ended up he stayed hotter longer than I did, and so I was in the 1-hole on 231, 232, whatever, because he was shooting 750 every
I'm
week.
sorry, that's funny. Average
Yeah.
230 in the 1-hole.
Well, Adam was 210. He was 10, 15 pins, not 15 probably at 210. He was 210, 215 most of the year, and a good solid 5 to 10 pins higher than any other. The most of the rest of the 2 spots.
2 spots, yeah.
Yeah, except for maybe Trevor. But Jaden was their 2 spot. She was around 200-ish, but
I don't know.
She was 210.
Yeah, it's 2-1-3-4 most of the time. But yeah,
that was her first adult experience.
The league works out so well.
So
and we're expanding to 20 teams. It's all scratch. And we have Trevor and Russ finished the year at 243 or 244. And then the lowest averages in the league are probably going to be around 200.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's all scratch. It's all balanced. It all works out. It's competitive. No matter who you bowl, it's like, well, even though this team's at the bottom, they can they can run over you.
Yeah.
Or even if you're at the bottom, you can run over somebody else. So
I just always got the short end of the stick,
Mike?
so to speak. Every week that I go shoot something big, I still lose a bunch of points.
Yeah, on KCO weekend, you'll definitely need to sub for a captain. Unless there's a couple big names coming in, though, from Kansas City. Danny Bradley averages 230, doesn't he? They're pretty close. 225,
high
230.
220s, I'm pretty sure, yeah. I mean, he gets in, wheels it, so.
Yeah.
And he can throw it hard.
He's going to be good.
He's a really, really good guy, that guy is.
He's going to be gone. He's going to be gone way before I get to pick. I'm the 10th team captain right now, and it's going to be, they're expanded to 20 teams.
Yep.
We're going to go 38 weeks.
Yes, 38 weeks.
So,
people were like, what?
Yeah, it's just the fairest way to do it, because then everybody bowls everybody once each half, and that way we don't have to do anything wild. There's probably going to be enough people for 22 teams, but there's also 2 other leagues in the house, and even though it's a 40-lane center, it's 40 lanes, right?
I'm protesting.
It's 40 lanes, but
please.
Yeah, and so they talked about 5-person teams and whatever else. It's like, no, we want to stay the 4. Oh, Brianna Clemmer.
My arm is tired watching her.
Poor Brianna. I think, and she explained this later after. So for those of you that were watching the PWBA BVL Open from yesterday, the stepladder finals that happened, Brianna Clemmer is interesting. She bowled for the O'Keefes at McKendree, and she sets up. She doesn't do it on her spare shot because she could actually use the wind up and the extra speed, but she really rears back and throws it pretty hard. And so Brian O'Keefe got her to do the drill where, you hold the ball with one hand and you put your arm out to the side.
Kind of a balance drill, isn't it?
Yeah, like the SIG drill, arm out for balance. And actually, that was kind of a joke when we saw Brianna was on the when McKendree won a couple of the titles 2 or 3 years ago or whatever in college. Everybody noticed the arm out to the side thing. It was just a drill to basically get her to put more weight on that,
right, on
her hand to kind of slow her whole swing down, because when she was supporting the ball with her offhand, then everything was just zipping way too fast. It's like, okay, well, hold your arm out to the side, we'll get your everything in line, your balance, whatever else. Well, it slowed her down enough to put everything in tempo. And if you ignore the arm, she throws it really well. Everything looks really good. It's really in balance. She gets through it great. She's got a great release. But the arm thing drives people nuts.
It drives me insane.
Yeah, I know.
I can only watch her for like
a
couple shots. I'm like, okay, I'm done.
And she actually said, one of the interviews here.
See you, James.
Yep, cool. She said after the match, she's like, I've been trying to get back to a more traditional kind of approach or look. Jordan Richard on the front 8 now, by the way.
So good.
Yeah, I need to move that little cursor out of the way.
He left me again.
Yeah.
Here it is. What should I do with my hands?
Yeah.
Okay.
Grab your beer.
Yep, exactly. Good.
Yeah. But anyway, so she's like, well, I've been trying to get away from it. But she's like, Angel. I bowl so good. She bowled really well at the Queens a couple weeks ago, and she made the finals this week. And it's one of those things where, she throws it really good. And she's like, I just bowl so well doing it that that's going to be her thing. That's just, everybody's got a quirk or a different kind of a thing or whatever. That's just her thing.
You can have it.
So.
Do you want to talk some more perception versus reality stuff here?
Oh yeah. So like back to the Shannon O'Keefe thing, since we're actually kind of talking, it's a nice segue there.
Yeah.
But Shannon said, I just didn't bowl well enough. You could look at it and say, well, I didn't carry because it was a lot of 9 spares and whatever else. She was good enough, and she practices enough. Her fundamentals are sound enough that she's not going to be out of it ever. I mean, she's always going to be close, but is she bowling well, or is she just kind of grinding?
Right.
And she just said, my timing was off, and I wasn't, I just was a little out of sorts. And so she did the reality check, got things figured out, got into the top 12, didn't do enough to make the show, but she made the first cut, then she made the second cut. And so she had a pretty good week. She's going
to be there every week regardless. I mean,
she's
just so solid in her game is.
Yeah, she's going to be in contention.
Did you see the little video that was it Inside Bowling that posted of her, or was it USBC that they did a look at her tournament or something like that, and the rough day that she had, and one of the days of qualifying Queens? What's the matter?
That bar at the bottom won't go away. It's driving me insane. Of course, we know what's going on with Honey Badger Intensity.
She's the butcher for the PWBAs and Brianna Clemmer.
Yeah.
Hey, if it works.
Yeah, man.
Tobias said he would do the draft. It wasn't so far away.
Yeah.
It is a ways. So it came back.
How
would you feel about trying two-handed?
I would feel terrible because I'm awful at it.
I'm not.
But I would give it a shot because Tamer.
So he switched, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Or is he still doing both?
Tamer is still doing both for the videos, and he's kind of in between on the switch because you don't want to get. That was always my thing about the switch, because I'm like, whenever I do it, I'm going to have to take, because USBC is stupid, I'm going to have to take my scratch average, and which is not a big deal for leagues because it's just you use it for the first couple weeks and then it resets and whatever else. But you go to tournaments and it's last year's highest average, and they don't make any distinction between left and right hand. I mean, they identify it on there, but
didn't they used to have two separate averages?
You have to have two separate averages, but it doesn't matter. It's whatever your previous year is. I actually, when I switched back from lefty to righty last time, I got to use even though my righty average has been scratched for 15 years.
Yeah.
I used unless somebody re-rated me, I used 212, and I would tell them, it's like, look, I bowled left-handed last year, whatever else. There was a couple times where they said, it's like, well, it's high book from last year, and that's what it is. And
okay.
It's like, as long as you don't, do anything crazy. But yeah, I mean, the specific rule is.
I think I like the ones that kind of allow for variations for things.
Yeah.
But you have to write it into the rules, but it's up to that tournament.
Right.
So if the tournament, say, takes the highest over the last 2 years, certain things like that, but it catches it on both ways.
There was an interesting little glitch on the scoreboard. So Jordan Richard in the game against Brianna Clemmer, spoilers, she had the front 10, and then she left a big 4, and you can't see it down there because that stupid bar's in the way.
Isn't it always there on Bolt TV?
I think so. But it wasn't there yesterday.
Is it 290?
Yeah, she ended up with, it was 284.
Oh, the arm.
But it said 285 because there was a scoring glitch that gave her 31 in the first frame. So if she'd have shot 300, she would have shot 301.
That would have been sweet.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, it came up to 20. She went front 10, 6-2, and Aaron Smith, it said 285, and Aaron's like, wait, shouldn't that be 284? Because the math doesn't really work out for the odd number. And Carolyn's like, yeah, it says 285, but, and then they figured out that it said 31 in the first frame. So
let's see if we're multi-flex.
yeah.
Sorry, I had to say it.
Bam. Boom, pow. Mace-to dog.
There's
Yeah,
the doorbell.
I had to howl at the FedEx. I had to howl at the FedEx truck yesterday.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yep.
So.
And in true fashion, things that help him make it harder on me and vice versa.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
I understand.
Because those are all the little personality quirks that.
I get it.
Mr. Dog. Mr. Dog.
That's the way we are, though. It's
Mr. Dog.
we are the yin and the yang. If it
You're the
stay
special
over there.
dog, mister. Nope, I get it.
You just snorted.
We're a lot like that too, though.
You doing a snorted?
He's mentioned it before, but it's nearly always everything.
Right.
See, and my thing is,
Where you going?
my humor is a little darker, like
No.
like Deadpool.
No.
Yeah. Like.
Yeah. And that's
Yeah.
not me if it's not obvious.
Mm-hmm.
Never.
Yeah. It's like, God, I took you in the Deadpool and now you can't die.
Oh shoot.
Mm.
All right.
What
So
kind of we had 3 dogs. We just lost our husky a couple days ago. She was the inspiration for the Panda Pack patches and everything, and it was kind of sudden, and she was fine a couple days ago, and then congestive heart failure.
I'll be wearing one of my Panda Pack jerseys tomorrow.
Yep.
Gotta
Yeah,
pull it out.
I think I'll have to wear. I've got me still dog. Good Lord.
Hey.
I've got my
Martin.
bamboo forest jersey that's got the
Yep.
patch on it, so I'll probably wear that tomorrow. And then we've got Mistletoe, which is, she looks like a German Shepherd puppy, but she's
the doorbell right now.
yeah. She's a part German Shepherd, part cattle dog, part Papillon. I know me still. And she's a lot louder than she. And then we have Aspen, who is a husky, cattle dog, German Shepherd mix. But she looks like a Shiba. She looks like a Shiba mixed with. Yeah. She looks like a big corgi.
Her coloring says German Shepherd.
Hey.
Yeah.
Or, yeah, the black and whatever.
She looks like a German Shepherd Shiba or like a big corgi.
Yeah, she does.
So, anyhow.
Big corgi, yeah, I can see that. Yep.
But to get back to the reality check stuff, you're never going to get any better if there's always excuses. You have to be realistic. Sometimes you are just not matching up. Sometimes it's just like, well, it's just not working out and whatever else. The vast majority of the time, though, there's something that you can do.
Yep.
You can't, if you're not carrying or if your ball reaction's bad or something like that, you need to pay a whole lot more attention and figure out what's going on, or you're just not going to get any better.
Yeah, it's true though. But we're all gonna have the days though where we just flat out don't match up. It's It does happen.
Unless you're Stephanie Zavala. She's actually in
She's crushing.
James's nationals group.
Oh really?
So
Yeah, she's crushing right now. Another brand on channel, everybody.
that's fine.
I'll have to provide another brand on channel. Everybody will be happy to know I shot Max Max 7. Here's my new ghost. What a great ball. What's the storm equivalent? Great question. And nice ball in the ball, by the way.
Not
was- ball's pretty
entirely
good, man.
sure there. I think it probably would have been the Code X, or it's stronger and it's rounder.
The Code X's?
No, the Ghost.
The Ghost.
It is stronger and rounder than either the Code X or the Rubicon, and the other big stuff that we got right now is really big. The Proton and the UFO weren't really.
Yeah.
The UFO, maybe if you shined it up.
Wouldn't the Proton be more of a legacy?
Yeah, the Proton definitely be more of a legacy. And you had a UFO.
I did.
How close did they?
I think
The UFO was a little earlier and slower.
I give the UFO would have been more of an alpha jackal before it was
Mhm.
DC'd. More of an alpha jackal, and then like the Proton would be a legacy. Not really sure on the Ghost because the Ghost.
Tobias got it. The RST.
There you go.
The RST X1 is basically that'd be it. I thought we had something close, but I was thinking solid covers.
The
But
Ghost
yeah, the
is
RST is
Just
the RST,
something
maybe
else.
the Reality too.
It's definitely one of the better solid asymmetrical balls I've ever
Yeah.
done in my life.
See you later, Richard. Thanks for hanging out.
Awesome.
So
Yeah, it's there's there definitely can make comparisons on everything on something. They're not going to
Oh,
exactly
yeah.
be exactly the same, but yeah.
yeah, I mean, like if you line up in one place with one ball, and then you switch to another ball,
Mhm.
if it doesn't strike from that line, that just means bowling balls are
Yep.
different, doesn't it?
You want to answer that question?
Yeah. Yeah, my question is, why is Jonathan wearing a motive hat? This is a Storm Channel. He's a motive staffer, so
Doing bowling stuff, I've kind of got to wear
it's okay.
my brand. Sorry,
I'll let it slide.
I brought beer.
Yeah,
It's not the diet plan it should have.
it's okay. Diet plans.
They're giving me crap for wearing a motive hat.
Yep.
I'll keep my 2 cents in my mouth.
Motive?
I mean, obviously they're, slow and not continuous. So
Thank you. So much deflection.
No, it's
why don't we have a
reflection.
Jackal hybrid?
It's
Question is, why don't we
reflection.
have a Jackal hybrid yet?
Great question. What's that, Angel? Sorry.
It's not deflection, it's reflection.
It's
Yeah.
not deflection, it's reflection.
Yes.
Stephanie.
There you go. It's reflection.
Pow, pow.
Now you guys all
I am
know
sticking with that.
that ball deflected.
Yep. See, just look at that.
No,
Look at all that deflection. That
that's a 900 global ball. I didn't deflect.
yeah, has nothing to do with missing 5 right. Absolutely nothing.
You know,
Oh.
you get asked a lot what your opinion is on the bot thing.
Oh, the throwbot
No.
thing.
Throwbot's terrible.
Yeah, it's horrible.
And it's not a brand thing. I hated it when USB-C did all the throwbot testing because it just doesn't look like the way that a human throws a ball.
No.
It just comes off and it kind of lame ducks its way down the lane, and it just everything looks pukey for me, except for radical balls apparently. Everything looks just pukey on a throwbot.
I'm being nice. I bit my tongue the whole time. So
Mhm.
the entire time, I've just seen everything being tagged and everything, and I've just
The Storm uses
Okay.
a throwbot too, though. It's just his name is Steve Klompkin.
he is pretty good.
Chad told me that Klompkin is maddeningly consistent. He said the Specto stuff. He does a lot of their when they really need a good look, a really good look
Yeah,
at
like how Klompkin
something.
pull it out.
They have Klompkin do
Yeah.
it because he's really versatile and he just is super. He's a human robot.
That's
basically.
good to have. It's not
But
good to have.
again, they design balls for people, not robots. So they want to make sure that they look good for people.
Hey, they've been waiting on us to get one for
So-
7 years. They said we'll pass.
Yep.
Thank you. Well, then the Brunswick side, they do human videos.
Yeah.
Human
Literally
videos.
everybody else does. So bowling is done on the lane, not on paper with a robot. So
Yeah.
anyhow, I digress.
Perception versus reality.
Yep. Perception versus augmented reality or alternate reality.
Oh, I like alternate reality or alternate reality.
Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty good. They're not
There
living in
was-
the same world we are, apparently.
Yeah, there was some when I did my live stream earlier in the week that was reality versus misconception or whatever else, and somebody's like, oh crap, I thought this was a global video and that there was a new ball called the Misconception or something like that.
Didn't they
But
have a ball
that
called?
would be great
No,
if they
Misconception.
made a ball called the Perception, because then we could have perception versus reality.
Do like a perception
Because we have a reality.
perception pearl or something.
Yeah,
That would be great. I would laugh.
Yep, it'd be the PP for short.
Oh gosh.
Mm.
What are the pros and cons of each major ball
God,
brands
let's
in your opinion?
Dive into that.
Oof. It's a good question though.
Yeah, it's a good question. It's an unfortunate question because we really can't answer it.
Yeah. Much as I'd like to.
Well,
we can kind of tiptoe.
Brunswick brands have always been known for really controlling the mid lane, the heavy mid lane read.
You did have some balls before you signed that you were a fan of, so maybe start there.
Well, I can just I'll just give some general explanations. Brunswick stuff is really, really early and really smooth generally compared to the other brands. They do have some flippy stuff, but compared to the other brands, they're pretty early and smooth.
Yeah.
Motive has really round stuff. It's not as early and smooth as Brunswick stuff, but it's it goes a little bit longer, and then it's got a really kind of round, even, controllable
Where you really
shape.
notice it on the Motive line, in my opinion, is a Jackal Flash. For as strong as that ball is,
yeah,
it's just so round. When you're so used to seeing skid flip with that kind of, with being ASM pearl, you want to see that
skid control.
You're getting more of that, and it's different.
So, and then the Storm stuff has normally been known for the skid flippy reactions. I think even our smooth stuff still booms pretty good.
Oh yeah,
but we've had some other stuff here recently that's crazy smooth. We don't seem to have anything that's right in the middle. We either have stuff like Omega Crux, Crux Prime, ProMotion, or we have even the other kind of smoothish stuff like the UFO even had some bork to it.
I liked it.
And the Proton is on the smoother side, the RST, whatever, but they're still pretty firm at the break point. There's more shape generally with Storm stuff, or just a complete absence of shape whatsoever. So
Storm Road to the watch.
Yeah.
I'm not sure you have to answer that. I have no idea. Wouldn't it be like a
That's actually pretty. I commented on a Radical video years ago about having staffers on reviews rather than bots. The response back from them was, we don't have to buy the bot lunch and the bot doesn't complain. That's a very valid point, actually.
That is actually pretty funny.
I mean, yeah.
I'll tip my cap on that one.
I know. That's that gets a golf clap.
Yeah, because sounds like a Mo response.
Because bowlers suck. So bowlers suck. So I mean, that's actually
you missed a company, by the way, when you were talking about shapes and differences. Nobody talked about California bowling.
Nobody knows anything about California bowling.
Hey, they're PBA approved as of June 1st. Swag.
The big bowling stuff.
Doesn't that just take dollars?
Yep.
Yeah, the big bowling stuff is. Well, I think Swag actually became. I think Swag actually did it. But
on their own.
Yeah, on their own. I don't think it's a California bowling thing. I think Swag paid for it. And
I've actually heard that some of the Swag balls are not terrible. Like
they look like DV8 balls to me. It's very, very DV8-ish. Now the big bowling stuff is interesting because we've seen several of those from Trevor throwing them. I think Trent's got a couple.
Trent does now. Trent's got two, and Paul throws a few. Of course, the Baumgartner's throwing them. Yes.
The big bowling stuff looks like a cross between Motive and Storm stuff.
That's a pretty good.
I know. It's got that controllable, rounder shaping look from the Motive stuff, but it's a little crisper down lane. It reads. I mean, it's a confusing kind of a look because especially like his Shimwrecker, the solid one that Trevor throws a lot.
Is that like a purplish?
Yeah, okay. It's that darker blue purplish one, and it looks like a Jackal Ghost, but then it booms a little bit more.
Yeah, I could.
So it's kind of in between, but it's not a Storm look, but it's not a Motive look either. So
yeah, that's a good. In my opinion, that's a good happy medium too. So if you can put those two shapes together, that's you got a pretty good piece in your hands. So.
To the reality point, guy I bowl with expects to strike when hitting the pocket and doesn't understand why I tell him it came in late and left 7 or deflected. And that's the thing. That's what a lot of people think is, well, I hit the pocket, but they don't pay attention to how it hit the pocket. And so
probably won't make more. Actually, that's false.
Yeah, they've got way too much steam building. I'm kind of surprised they haven't released anything else yet, but they're not going anywhere.
They actually have stuff coming where I'm already aware.
Yeah. I'm gonna say more is coming. They just got slowed down a little bit. Yep. Zip line, dang.
Dang IPA.
God, they should have called it dang booty. Dang booty.
That's the next one.
Yeah.
We'll just make our own.
Uh,
What are the ball companies can big bowling staffers use? They can use anything that's that's urethane, right?
Yeah, if it's urethane or plastic, because they don't have their own urethane or plastic balls yet.
Oh, it says there. Yeah, so they can throw purple hammers, they can throw purple tanks, they can throw pitch blacks, but that's the only thing they can throw that's non-big is the urethane balls.
Yeah, I noticed that with Brunswick stuff, since I like Storm stuff. That was mine. But yeah, she's topping them off here. But decided to try stuff like a knockout and a melee jab. Yeah, knockout and a melee jab are pretty good balls, but they definitely feel very Brunswicky. They look to me more like IQ line stuff. So even kind of flippier, crisper stuff for Brunswick still reads kind of IQ-ish.
I like IPAs, sorry. Did you see how much Trevor was bending the IQ Tornado Pearl the other night?
Dude, that bowl doesn't even make any sense.
Like
at any point anywhere. Now it needs 40. Mine makes total sense now, like 50 or 60 games later. But when it's new, it doesn't make any sense.
It was cooking so much.
Yeah, and it turns sideways. It's an IQ core, so it's got a low differential, and it's a nano cover. So, but it just nutso. So
fun fact: my Brunswick hero snaps down way more than my Astro.
Yeah,
I like the Astro. Most of you that know me, I know how much. What do I thought about that ball?
Yep, and the R2S covers are weird because they look like they snap, but they're really controllable too. You had an Astro that you liked quite a bit before the
put a million games on it, still going strong with my wife. So
yeah. Jordan Richard.
I do ever since I was 9 with Storm. Storm's a good one. But never hear me say anything bad about him until they start perception versus reality.
Yeah.
Oh,
see, I missed one up here earlier. Somebody talked about a guy Bolitz expects to strike. Didn't you already address that?
Yeah.
So does he fry out when he doesn't carry? I'm just curious if they're still with us.
And this is another thing where if you watch the Brad and Kyle vlog about Brad and Packy bowling together in Kansas City a couple weeks ago for a doubles tournament, Brad asked Packy, like, do you think that you can ever get through a tournament and not bowl good and just not fry out? And Packy's like,
no.
He's like, I mean, I'm not going to just go off the reservation, but I probably shouldn't use that reference.
Shouldn't go off the reservation.
Yeah. He's like, I'm not gonna fry out and cost myself stuff and have problems. And what I need to drill in intensity is what I need to do. It's not gonna look as good for me as it looks for her, but
we have to.
I mean, yeah, she throws
we have two
so
videos,
good.
Though. I don't know the intensity and the C4.
Wow, intensity.
That's just the intensity is what that one is.
Yep. So
yeah, he doesn't fry out. But he doesn't want to listen to me when I try to give him just. Yeah, there's a lot of people that are like that just think that they
just like, oh yeah, this is crap, man. Whatever. It's like
I hit the pocket. It's supposed to carry.
Yeah.
If you hit the 1-3 to them, it should strike carry.
I know.
It doesn't matter how it went through the pins. Most of them don't.
Yep. I know several folks that are like that locally. So.
Yeah.
And this heifer.
And nothing more annoying than sitting there listening to them fry out when you can see that's purely bad ball motion.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, yeah, it's just like you can either see it before it even hits the pins, the way it's rolling towards the pins, or you can see how it is going through the pins, or both. But they see it hit the 1-3 when it strike.
Because it deflected.
And they just
sorry. That's an intensity as well, isn't it?
No deflection there. Yeah. So
I That's our team name in Swiss. Deflection.
Yeah. No, what was we had something even better. I can't even remember what it was now. we had this great Swiss trio. Oh yeah, have you seen my baseball?
That's what it was.
Yep.
Yes.
Have you seen my baseball? Have you seen my baseball?
We've got to do it.
Yep.
Jonathan, you tried some older motive stuff, Signature, Primal Rage. I have not yet, Clint. I have a blank Rogue Assassin in my stash. I'm still currently trying to stash current line stuff, but we'll get there.
That sounds hella cool.
Kool-Aid and Carmen.
He does impressions really well.
Oh yeah, he does.
I want to read again.
I don't know if you want to answer that or not. Your top 6 favorite ones.
Oh, Bork. Well, the promotion's definitely at the top of the.
Haven't you done a video for that?
I've done a video. It changes every once in a while, but if we're talking like top 6 all time, the promotion has found its way to the top of the stack. Number 2 is still the original Taboo.
Taboo.
Yeah. Number 3 is the Covert Revolt. Because it's just.
I've never done it.
Stupidity.
Henniker just drilled a blank one.
The Covert Revolt is like a better Jackal Ghost.
Now
Now
I'm going shopping.
Yeah, I know. It's a better Jackal Ghost, but it's similar enough that I think the Jackal Ghost is, if you were to tell people, it's like, well, this is the new Covert Revolt, because that's exactly what the Covert did. It was that it wasn't early, it wasn't flippy, but it got a decent amount of length, and it's really firm, it's really round, whatever else, and you can play straight with it, you can play deep with it, whatever else, and it looks the same all the way across.
Didn't you carry that thing everywhere?
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
That, the Signature, and the Silver Tribal, and that's all I needed everywhere I went. There was one year I only took those 3 to nationals. I took 1 bag to nationals. It was those 3.
Don't make me look, because he just drilled.
So.
I know he drilled a Covert Revolt. Oh, there you go. He just put pulls and blanks in those.
Yeah. I didn't get a Tribal Fire. I think that was right at the end. The Fire came out right when I was after my Storm contract.
Yeah, because
I wanted one, but I started talking to Brett. I had to approve that comment.
Oh, God.
And I did. Yeah, the promotion's still definitely number 1. I've got.
Yeah, oh yeah, I'm a mod on the thing, so I could hide it. I'm like, he's gonna prove it, I'm gonna touch it.
Oh, yeah, I had to. But yeah, the promotion's definitely number 1. Taboo's number 2. Covert Revolt's number 3. After that, the Tornado Pearl is getting up there pretty high, because that's another one that I just don't go anywhere without.
Yeah.
I think you tried to take it out a couple times and you just got pissed.
Yeah, because the promotion is kind of my go-to ball when nothing else is working. That one will, but the Tornado Pearl the promotion works on everything. It's something that if I can't find another look, then that one's definitely it's gonna work. It depends on whether or not it's gonna work better than something else, or if I have a better look for the situation. But it works on everything everywhere.
Yeah.
The Tornado Pearl absolutely works when nothing else will, and there's even been some times when the promotion just didn't quite get it done, or like at Aaron's.
Yep.
The Tornado Pearl looks.
The Tornado
great.
Pearl actually was one that I really like to throw. I wish I could have thrown it longer, but.
So that's probably got to be in the conversation. I don't know that I've done well enough with the synergy. I don't know that the synergy's really. It's not up there yet. I need some more time with it, because there's some places where it just doesn't go.
How many promotions do you have?
7.
There you go.
They're all drilled.
Are they all blanks?
I have 7 undrilled. Yeah. Well,
7 blanks.
7 blanks. I have 1 that I'm using, and then I plugged my righty one. So I actually have 9.
See, I'm like that with the Jackal Ghost. I could have like 8 of those. So, but the difference is ours is still going. The promotion's gone, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So
yeah.
Stash.
People keep sending us like, hey, since you like the promotion, I'm not going to drill mine. Would you trade?
Oh. Yeah.
So we've gotten a couple of those messages, and we've made a couple trade deals.
Yeah, why not?
That they changed their mind. Maybe they drilled one that didn't work as well as they hoped or something.
Right.
Because spec is different. If you don't understand spec, you're not going to get along with it.
Yeah, spec is.
And if you're not a person who If you're a yeeter, you don't just don't
Yeah.
touch it.
Yeah.
You know what's really funny is I think James would absolutely love it now
I would
because spec was not enough shape for him. It
Yeah.
was hooked, but then it never saw the end of the pattern. But now that he has that slow rolling thing going,
Yeah.
he would love one. I'm definitely not going to burn one on him, but
Ooh.
Mhm.
Isn't spec what's on the Gravity Evolve?
Yes.
yeah, but it was terrible on the
But
Gravity
you
Evolve.
can't.
There's
yeet
some people that like
either.
it, but yeah,
Spec?
no yeeting,
Yeet. Sorry.
anti-yeet.
Yes.
Yeah, we actually have 4 promotion tours. Also, we have a problem.
Yeah.
It's bad.
No yeeting.
We don't. We have to rearrange the shelves because there's some extra stuff.
I want to get her
on
in
the
New
shelves right
Jersey.
now. We don't
Yeah.
In the
have
back of
any
the car.
more
Just
room
put
for balls.
yeet.
Yeah.
It's a,
Sorry. Did you finish your top 6? I don't know if you finished that or not.
If we're going all time, the X Factor has to be on there.
It's on there on mine. 100%. Smelled good, and it was just that was
and then the Trauma is another one that
Trauma?
was up there.
Yeah.
I actually thought you were going to say depth charge for the last one.
Probably. Well, I haven't got. I think I've yeet. Go to Urban Dictionary. Type in yeet. It means to throw quickly, to expel, to
Yeet.
yeah, just
When
throw
you
it
look
really,
at it, it's
really
gonna be a picture
hard.
of Amanda.
It's
Yeah.
exactly what it's going to be. So now when she gets
You know
fast,
what?
we're just going to start
Yeah,
looking at her and
look
going,
it up. Look up yeet on Urban Dictionary. We're gonna find the technical definition,
Oh, dear.
and they'll use it in a sentence. So we got done with the PWBA BVL Open, and Stephanie Zavala won once again. She won at the Queens and they said, well, it's their second title in 3 weeks. Well, it's their second title in 3 weeks because they had last week off. So it's her second title in the last 2 tournaments. So she's won back.
It is back to back.
Yeah.
That is.
She won
true.
the Queens. She dominated the Queens.
By
And
the
then
way, I
she
didn't
just
realize they took
obliterated
a
it,
week
both with the Honey Badger Intensity.
Honey Badger intensity.
I didn't even realize they took a week off.
Intensity.
Yeah.
That's you. Even bad when my wife even responds to
To
it.
discard an item at high velocity. That's perfect. Alex finishes his soda and proceeds to yeet his empty can into a trash bin. There's actually one of these that
Oh, that would be a definition of Amanda. Just put her picture in there. This is Wikipedia. I do.
Brian Zachary on one Urban Dictionary definition. Brian Zachary has his quote on there. So
Does he really? What does he mean? Where is it? Down here. Oh.
yeah, I can't show this one.
No, he can't show this one. On there.
We'll talk about it in Discord. So if
Yeah.
y'all aren't in Discord, how about
Yeah, you'll have to come to Discord to figure this.
Woo. I think James was posting some stuff in Discord earlier, so or posting the link. So
Isn't bowling the art of yeeting?
You probably should have handed it back to me after you hit the back button.
No, that's great because Brian Zachary's quote is
I
underneath.
don't want to read this.
She might. It's interesting.
Which page? What page?
Mm.
I can't say it out loud.
Here, just take my phone.
I can't read it.
Yeah.
But Amanda's
Great.
the heat master. She
Yeah,
can do the
yeah.
definition of it. So.
Right.
Yeah.
But Brian Zachary's quote is in there.
Yeah.
So is anybody bowling anything this weekend? Just curious, because we are bowling a 8-game sweeper tomorrow
Yep.
in Olathe. Did you? I don't know if you saw, by the way, that July 3rd is it Aaron's? July 4th is it Olathe?
Okay. I knew that one of them was
The third is
Aaron's.
doubles,
The third is doubles.
so they did it backwards.
Okay. And I am excited for that because Aaron's has been really bad for me on the left side of the lane, but I think I figured it out.
We're bowling together
Yeah.
next Sunday, right?
Hmm?
We're bowling there together next Sunday, right? Doubles. Next
Yeah.
Sunday is the doubleheader of the 5th and 6th. James is in town.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not bowling the 5th, but I'll be bowling the 6th.
Okay.
That's
So
yeah.
and
And
the
drinks stop at what?
well the 5th
11?
Oh, I won't be
when-
staying out late. I promise.
when's the doubles tournament? Or which one? Is that on the Sunday or the Saturday?
For next
Sunday.
weekend?
Yeah.
Sunday. Typical Sunday.
Oh, okay.
The only one that's weird is the
So
July
Sat-
3rd and 4th.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
They just reversed them.
Okay. So yeah. Well.
And for that one, I don't know if you noticed, they said they're not blowing on the house; they're blowing on a recreational pattern. So that might help you. Granted, it'll still be a house. But...
No. It's always that's the thing is at Aaron's, the house pattern is hard and everything else is harder. But I have an IQ Tornado Pearl, and I actually think I got it somewhat figured out. But I said that last time that I went there and proceeded to almost finish last.
So has anybody, including you, any of us in here? I know Yeater hasn't. Sorry.
Eater.
Bold on Gateway Arch. It looks like a house pattern, basically. But it's Olathe, so it's going to play like a
The
sport
thing
pattern.
is, even
Yeah, it's going to be terrible.
every time they've laid chromium down, it has played different every single time.
Oh, chromium over there? Oh, 100%.
Yes.
It's like they use different oil every time.
It's almost like different oil, different match, different.
I know, what are your buddy?
Oh, Mistle Dog. Hey, flop the.
Did they discontinue the spec cover, somebody asked?
Probably. It's
Wyandotte is the only county that is holding out out of all of Kansas.
The
Wyandotte is the only county that has not given up.
all right. Come here, doggy. Come here, doggy.
So we're good to not wear masks tomorrow then.
We'll let you. Come here.
Yeah, as long as nothing's in Wyandotte County, yes, we're good.
Speaking of that, my dad is supposed to come out tomorrow, and we should have microphones next week or whenever we come back. So, because it sounds like we will not have a show next week unless you want to do something.
We might. James asked about that.
Okay.
So I'm not sure about that.
Yeah.
I know.
We could always do on Friday night or something.
I'm gonna go find those.
Hi, baby. I
I'm
know.
gonna send you home with the lavalier mics and see if they match.
Oh, okay.
Thank
So
you,
where,
sweetie.
that way when you meet
This
your
is
dad, you can
Missile.
look at them and
My
see
dad
if they
actually
work.
bought us some more.
Here,
Well,
baby.
I know you said that, but since they aren't in yet,
Come here.
that maybe we can
Oh,
use
Yeah.
those
Yeah.
There you
in the
go.
meantime.
That's fine. Yeah, because I'll get them on Monday.
Oh, you did the
I'll just
hugs.
give you guys the box
Now they can see you.
Monday tomorrow.
Oh yes.
When we're done, I'll give you the box for the road mics.
This is
That way he can get them synced up with his computer and everything.
This is Mistletoe. Mistletoe was a wreck. You can find if you search for Mistletoe movie on YouTube. They've got it up,
Actually,
and she
let
was
me get the link. I'll put it in the chat.
okay. Angel will put the link in the chat because Missile was a mess, and our Panda Bear really helped Missile become the social butterfly that she is today. She used to be an absolute wreck. It was 3 or 4 weeks before they could even they found her in a sewer drain in Kansas City, and once Brian and Carrie got her, she was in her crate, and they slept outside the crate.
What are you doing?
You two get a real, my goodness.
Yeah,
Nice to
It's my buddy.
I know. Need the high fives?
Come on, they're just settled.
Yeah, I know the eyes. She always does this. She does the Bolt, the sad puppy dog.
Oh, I didn't put a description in there. That's the Mistletoe movie.
I know,
Link
Miss.
pops up.
I know, Miss. Okay.
If that's up to you, I can always take them home and play with them, figure out how to use them first.
It doesn't matter.
We'll talk about it after the stream's over.
You back in, Mistle?
But hopefully we
Co-hosting it.
next time.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah. High five. High five. High five.
Hopefully we'll have. We're gonna test out. I think we're gonna test out
Good
the
doggy.
microphones on one of these too to see how they
Mistle.
work
Yep.
too.
Mm-hmm. We got an extra co-host now. You co-hosting it?
She needs a beer.
You see that? Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
Dang IPA.
So funny.
Yeah.
Look at her on the stream.
So
Look at her on the video.
Yeah, I know. She's so awkward.
She doesn't do this like what?
Whoa. You got it?
I got a free Storm Frantic, re-drilled it and shot 747 off the press.
Okay, Mistle.
Awesome,
Bye,
man.
bye, puppies. Good doggy.
Jack says he got a free Storm Frantic, re-drilled it and shot 747 off the press. That's
But
pretty
yeah,
something,
if you watch that video that Angel posted in the chat, that was Missile's rehabilitation basically. And when we got her to begin with, she didn't even want to come out of her crate. They brought her out here, and she was so nervous that she was just drooling all over the place. She couldn't contain it, and she just kind of sat there and shivered. And so she hid in her crate for 2 or 3 weeks when we had her at first. And Yuna, we got some pretty cool videos of Yuna just trying to push her and trying to play with her and trying to, get her going. And so now she's really well adjusted. She's independent. She's kind of her own dog, and we're hoping the same thing's going to happen with Aspen now, because Aspen just followed Yuna around everywhere.
Oh yeah, that's true. I wonder.
And so yeah, yesterday was pretty rough because we'd go to take him outside, and Aspen would go to the top of the stairs, because they both got to places quicker than Yuna. Yuna would kind of like, okay, whatever, I'll get there. And so Missile would dart down the stairs first so she didn't get plowed by the bigger ones.
Right.
Aspen would get to the top of the stairs in the kitchen and then turn around and wait. Well, she kept getting to the top of the stairs, and then she'd turn around and then she'd look back at us, and then she'd turn back around and she'd look back at us, and she'd just stand there
What do I
because
do?
she couldn't go down the stairs because Yuna wasn't
Yeah.
there to kind of,
Aw.
take charge and lead her the way out the door. And then yesterday morning when Angel went to feed him, Aspen always follows Yuna in there, and Yuna gets to her bowl first, and then Aspen gets to her bowl right next to her, and she just kind of stood there and was looking around, and she didn't
There you go.
have anybody to.
There you go. She stopped.
Oh, Mistle. I know. Oh my gosh. But yeah, Aspen didn't have anybody to hip check into the way. What normally happened is Aspen kind of swung wide so that she could keep a. Aspen's
wanted to
very
touch her.
nervous.
Yes.
So she wanted to be right next to Yuna, and so she ended up pushing Yuna would get pushed into the wall so that Yuna could be right up, or Aspen could be right up next to her while she was eating. And now she didn't eat yesterday morning.
Right.
We gave her some stuff. She ate last night, but we went up and got some raw dog food from the meat. We got a meat packing, or not a
It's a
meat.
butcher.
It's a processing.
Yeah, they process and they
processing
butcher
place.
and everything.
Good time.
I got some smoked jalapeno bacon.
Oh.
So I mean, I had that yesterday. I had that yesterday morning with my peanut butter and jelly French toast.
The bacon.
Yeah,
The eater approves.
yeah.
That's
And
gonna
it's
be.
not just any peanut butter and jelly French toast.
She's
It's
gonna hate me after today. 'Cause
black
It's so true.
blackberry. Yeah, you're gonna end up with a jersey that said Yeater on the back.
Yeah.
I'm getting you one on the collar.
Yeah.
Hashtag eater.
Yeah,
I'll represent.
It's
But
okay,
yeah.
knows what it is.
blackberry jelly and dark chocolate peanut butter. You make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich out of that, and then you dip it in the eggs and you fry it up like a French toast.
That does not sound terrible.
And then if you're really a hardcore sugar nut, you put syrup on it, powdered sugar and syrup.
Gosh.
Yeah.
All right, Monster 4.
So-
Continued. Did they discontinue spec cover?
Probably. I would highly doubt that we're going to see it again unless they have it on any
So
specialized.
the Evolve was
anything.
the last one, right?
Probably, because it was so polarizing. People didn't understand it.
Evolve.
I wouldn't be surprised if it is added to some other covers, but it's not stated.
Yeah, it's just
So maybe they put it in like a roto grip ball or a 900 ball,
just call it something different.
and well, it won't be spec. It will be spec in it.
I gotcha.
And so they'll call. I'm guessing that it's not totally dead because it did stuff to balls that other balls couldn't, like the other covers couldn't do. So
Isn't it an earlier cover? Is that what it is?
it's urethane.
Okay.
That
That's why. And you want to throw a damn urethane ball.
yeah,
She wants to try one. I'm like,
you have one, sweetie.
She's got
Actually,
one.
You have two.
she's gonna yeet on it.
As long as you come around it.
We'll do one last
and not
one while
dump
we
it,
try
it'll
to
be just fine.
talk. That is a hazy IPA.
Okay, I'm good with that. Beer to drink, music to.
Yeah, hazy IPA with a little bit of fruit to it. It's dogfish head.
Upstairs.
Yeah.
It's up in the office.
Yeah. My beer fridge is upstairs under the desk.
Yeah.
So
Appropriate place.
Used to do it.
Yeah.
yeah.
I was like, yeah.
Yeah. His parents got him a small fridge for his office because the company one
Sorry, go ahead.
people
That's
would
not YouTube approved either.
either take
Nice
food,
dog.
whatever. So he was like, I don't want to leave my stuff in there, and so the parents got.
Trust
a
me,
little
Luke
mini
does too.
fridge.
Huh.
Yeah.
I don't know, Bryce. Were you here? Was he here earlier when he found out how many promotions you had? I don't remember how long he's been.
Yeah. I wish I could have 9. Yeah. I think that was the reference.
Okay,
Yeah.
I do have 9.
that's ridiculous.
Yep. I don't know if we have anything else interesting or special to.
We show off.
Yeah. I don't think so.
I've actually am about to break the seal already.
We've gotten.
Which one was mine?
This one was the far one.
That one's Woodson.
No, I think that one was.
I could go get the off-white.
Okay.
Yeah.
You chat for a second.
Yeah, go
I got to
get-
break the seal.
Oh.
Sorry, I'm gonna leave you alone.
Yeah. Go get the off white. So that's
Yeah,
cool.
I think
What else did we
There's
get in
okay,
the package?
C4. Onto dark code.
Get the C4.
All right.
So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna do a few global reviews on my own. They're not shipping me stuff for the global to do reviews for global stuff yet. I'm not sure what's going on with that. But stuff like the Honey Badger Intensity has been really popular. The women have been using it. Jordan Richard used it. Stephanie Zavala's won back-to-back titles with it. So the Honey Badger Intensity is one that everybody's using everywhere. And the Ordnance C4 is another one that has been flying under the radar. Yeah, I don't know why. I think it's one of those things that people didn't really understand. Mistel dog, chill. I know, Mistel. I know. Chillax.
You probably just said it in his feet.
Yeah.
Good girl. You learn it. Thank you. Yes. Good girl.
Number C4. I brought this one just because it's cool.
And that's the thing is that
Yes. Good job.
there's a few of these that are really, really good. Obviously, the Zen's really good and it's really popular, but the Honey Badger Intensity is really good, and a bunch of people have been using it all over the place. The Ordnance C4 is one that's been flying under the radar too, and so I wanted to put a spotlight on a couple of them.
Short pins promotion. Didn't you short pin one? No?
No, not yet. I'm probably going to do it for nationals, but I may not have to. Now we've also got. So we had the dark code and the UFO alert videos go up here recently. Those are a couple of the new ones.
Isn't this a new one?
Yes, this is also a new one. This is the Mix Off-White.
Oh yeah, that's pretty cool.
That is really cool.
Yeah. So
That's gonna get really dirty really fast.
yeah, this is the Mix Off-White. So it's just a cue ball looking bowling ball here, but
Okay.
Aspen, will you come
yeah,
out?
it's just a
Will you come out?
Aspen Piggy.
Yeah, I like that.
How chubby are you, Aspen Piggy? Are you chubby enough to escape? Pig Pig, you want a treat? Come on, Pig Pig.
Oh, I
Come
want
on, come on. Yeah, come on, Pig Pig.
That is pretty cool though. That really
Yeah.
is really cool. Oh,
Yep. So this is the new Mix Off-White that's coming out here fairly soon. So if you're in the market for a new spare ball, this is really cool.
Are you guys gonna drill it?
Not that
No,
one.
I think this one's for a giveaway that we're
That's
doing.
a trade deal we made.
Yeah.
I think you didn't get one of those, did you?
No,
I didn't think you were gonna review it.
I'm never going to use the plastic ball, but if I did, I almost want to start using plastic again just so I can drill that one. The Ordnance C4 is another one that's really flying under the radar. I'm going to try to make a video for it and get it some attention before it gets discontinued too early, like the Volatility Torque did.
This one?
Yeah, this one is super cool looking. So it's hard to see in the light. If you get some actual
I'm
light
gonna give
on
you
it.
the flashlight.
Yeah, so actually let Jonathan do the flashlight. You hold the ball.
So if you look at it, it's got yellow mica or yellow pearl in it.
And
But
kind of
this
do it
is-
off the side here.
Yeah, but this is,
Kind of is it better
Yeah.
up top?
yeah, I don't know, but it's a really cool looking ball anyway.
Here,
But-
let me give you some light.
Yeah. This is really
Reflection. that'd be
super
Uh-huh,
cool.
yeah.
And for those of you that remember the Daredevil or the Daredevil line, the numbers are virtually identical. So this is
Take notes, Trevor.
this is S70 hybrid. So that strength of cover is about in the same range as the Daredevil. The Daredevil was, I believe, 248 RG 040 differential. This is 248 RG 042 differential. So this is basically a Daredevil that comes at 4,000 instead of shiny. So anybody who remembers their Daredevil, this ball is freaking cool. And I'm going to make a video for this. I'm also going to make a video for the Honey Badger Intensity.
That's the one they were just on up there, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, they threw the. I have a hard time telling them from the proton physics because they all throw the proton quite a bit too, but the intensity has been kind of the ball of choice.
And they're both solid, correct?
Yep.
I know the proton.
Because I think the proton just ends up being a little too much ball most of the time.
Is it pretty smooth still, or is it?
Yeah, the proton's pretty smooth. It's really strong, but it's pretty smooth.
Like a stronger UFO, basically.
No, they're about the. I think the UFO is actually a little bit stronger because the proton's a little bit smoother than the UFO, or it
Really?
reads that way for me anyway.
Oh, is this so?
It's Angel's space-time continuum. This is
This ball's really cool.
I thought that was yours.
no, you got it because you wanted it.
I got it for you.
Oh,
Luke says it's mine.
That's freaking sweet.
I wanted to find another one because I do want one, but I got that
Yeah.
one for you.
I believe,
Space-time continuum. It looks a lot like a Halo Pearl, but this one looks cooler.
I believe Rob Wagner used to throw the crap out of it.
Plus, this one has
he
a
was
lot of
older.
phasing in it,
Mm.
which is really cool. So this is an older global ball, but I think this is one of the videos that they were using. This is when they started using Daria big time to promote stuff. The space-time continuum was a big one that she was raving about. But yeah, this one's crazy cool.
It's really poor on that's really cool.
So
The phasing makes it even
Upside.
better.
Yeah.
upside down.
I mean, I guess if you don't want it.
I'm pretty sure that Wagner threw the crap out of
I thought
that.
it was yours.
He said thought it was yours. No, I definitely want it now.
Yeah. Yeah, we're done here. Actually, where the CG's at kind of is your placement anyway.
Are you drilling anything for this weekend, for tomorrow or anything?
No, I don't think so. I think I've already got the UFO alert and dark code. Are you going to review the reality because you were like me? You're going to because if you're like me, you're going to hate it. Probably. We got a reality in, and we're going to order another one. So the reality is probably going to get a review too because it's been really popular. So
Yeah,
not
Just
like
the
I want
one.
to pay the company to advertise for them, but people want the videos. So.
People want
And
content.
it's a really good excuse for me to drill stuff anyway, because right now I don't have a very good excuse to drill anything because we've got way too many, and I'm trying to go through and.
I keep asking him which ones he wants to.
Which one he wants to drill?
Together.
Yeah.
Yeah. But.
Okay.
Yep. So. Anyhow, since we haven't really talked much about the.
No, we've just kind of rambled.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
same-
do.
probably
That's the
have
same
to-
thing that we do all the time.
Just kind of rambled.
So.
I don't know if we have any newbies in here, but you can go over to Luke's page, or not his page, but Luke Bowling Labs has a collection of Luke's stuff. Pick up some heckin' urethane t-shirts over at luke.bowlinglabs.com.
Mm-hmm.
They're pretty cool. You can get them in a t-shirt or a hoodie like this, zip up.
Yep.
And you can also pick up some of these awesome Panda Pack patches for our buddy Panda Bear, and a portion of those proceeds go to Positive Tales Kansas City.
Mhm.
So go pick you up some Panda Pack patches.
Yep. Yeah, and we'll probably have some before here too long. We'll probably have some fosters we'll have some new fosters. We kind of had to stop for a while because Yuna she was old enough that she couldn't keep up, and she was slow enough, and so she was the alpha dog, and so she had to keep everything under control. And I know. You high five, Mistel?
That's a question
I
for you, by the
know.
way. I have no idea.
Yeah. Does Global sell a two-piece ball? It used to be one of I think the original Honey Badger was. I think the original Honey Badger was very high road-ish. I'm not sure that they do right now, but I think that. Oh, Mistel, I know. She does. She's got that whole poor me, sappy. She works the angles really well.
What's the silver one? The silver one's not.
I'm not sure.
The-
The white hot.
Yeah, that one looks so cool. I'm
Angel's
sorry.
got a white hot. we have one of everything.
Did you drill it yet?
No. She drilled the teal though. She drilled the teal badger.
Oh, yeah, I knew that.
Mm-hmm.
Any tips on how to not muscle the ball? I had a buddy tell me I was throwing it not releasing it. My speed is only 12 miles an hour, and I'm a stocky guy.
And that if you are a stocky guy, it's hard to not do it. The way that you want to think about it is like a yo-yo type release. You want to, or like a throwing an underhanded spiral. You want to make sure that you catch it with your fingers, but you have to kind of open your hand. You know, bowling, you don't really want to clench and like try to throw it with your entire hand. You want to do like a yo-yo. You want to do like a yo-yo type effect.
Yeah. Smooth.
So yeah. And it's like if you watch the movie The Greatest Game Ever Played with
Great movie, by the way.
Yeah, the golf movie where he said, you know, you want to hold the club like you're holding a little baby bird or something like that. You want to hold it enough that you won't let it get away, but softly, you know, like it's alive. And that's kind of the thing with bowling is you want to hold it. You want to have a soft grip on the ball, just enough to hang on to it. When you go to let go of it, it's a yo-yo type, underhanded football spiral type effect. So
it's not a real easy way to tell you.
I thought the white hot was supposed to be like a Marvel Pearl, but I'm probably wrong. Yes, you're definitely wrong. Sorry, Josh.
Tough thing. I feel like the guy that used to coach me and smack you on the back of the head.
Yeah.
Pop.
Stop yeah.
It. Don't eat on it.
Joshua.
We don't have a show next week, by the way. So
yeah,
we will do. Well, we may. Didn't we?
We might. Yeah, James is getting in on Friday.
Okay.
And we're not doing anything.
Do we do something Friday night?
Yeah, that's probably what we're going to do. Is we're going to do something Friday night because we don't have league, which is normally in the way.
Yeah.
So we don't have anything to do Friday night. So
just let us know. We can stream something.
Friday night. We can stream it Friday night, or we can go back over to Norseman, or we can hang out here and do something fun, or we can go out in the garage and mess around with some nonsense out there.
Yeah. That way we at least get a show in for the week.
Mm-hmm.
So, good. Works for me because we'll be busy bowling both days. Like I said, we bowl tomorrow. Not sure if anybody's bowling tomorrow, but if you are, good luck. Bowl well.
Yep.
8 games on Gateway Arch tomorrow. Angels bowling, correct? Okay.
Yep. See, I need to send Dansky something to make sure that we're all.
The 3 of us.
Yeah, I put us all down, but.
Sorry. I think Coleman reached out to him and wanted to bowl with us too, but you might still say something down. I'm pretty sure Waz is going to be back tomorrow.
Yeah, he is.
Okay.
He's back in town. So, anyhow, we'll probably go on ahead and cut this off. You guys got a campground to get to.
So,
yeah.
There's a sweeper in Detroit on Friday and come on and bowl. Yeah, nope.
Yeah, in Detroit.
Yeah.
We'll wish you luck from here.
Yeah. Good luck.
Yeah.
Well.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we're headed to camper. So.
Yep. And
Indy 500 time.
Sure.
So.
Yeah, it's Sunday at 10:30. I'm not sure if there's anything on to watch or not.
Well, in about an hour you'll have the Indy 500. So I know you're not a race guy. So
racing fans.
We bet on it though. So.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We don't make different pickers.
Yep.
Or belt.
And IndyCar racing is more fun than NASCAR.
And it's so fast.
And we bet on that one too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'll be in bed before that one's over. I've already told them I've got to be home tonight. I'm getting some sleep because I want to bowl well tomorrow. So
I'm probably not going to bowl well tomorrow. I'm going to bowl well.
Yes, you are.
Probably not going to score well.
Well, that's a late though. So
Yeah, it's a late though.
it's the same thing with me. Aletha is one of those that just does not get along with me. So
yeah, I threw it really good at that little sweeper thing the other night for the
three-gamer?
most part. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. But so did Angel. Hats off to her.
Yeah. She almost cashed.
She pulled well.
Mm-hmm.
I think I only shot like 650, so it was nothing.
You talking about this last Thursday?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never bowled anything scratch before.
Mm-hmm.
Is that your first time bowling scratch? Well, guess what? You can't say that on starting Thursday because that's scratch doubles.
Mm-hmm.
The Yeeter and Angel.
That's the reason I want to do it. I hadn't bowled anything scratch before.
We should call them Team Yeet.
Yeah.
I mean, I bowled the draft league 1 year.
Yeah.
A while back, but I was terrible.
Yeah.
That was a stupid decision.
Well, this one will be. You guys will be.
Yeah.
Apparently, there's going to be a decent turnout.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
So, we're gonna have some fun.
Call it Halo and the Yeeter.
Halo and the Yeeter.
Yeah.
That's great. We'll just be happy to see my baseball.
Wow.
Yeah.
There's a sweeper to try and making sure I didn't miss anything. But I think we're gonna sign off, aren't
Angel and the Eater.
we? Angel and the Eater. That's good.
No, that sounds worse.
Yeah.
It actually does.
No, that's
We need
why
a Yeet Discord page.
I
Amanda's
probably
in
shouldn't.
charge.
I probably shouldn't say this, but I used to when I used to tell people
Oh,
about her. I said, my wife's name is Angel, and no, that's not her stripper name. Her stripper name is Destiny.
oh my god.
You better sign off now.
There's
Yeah,
the look.
No, fun fact: she's Mexican. Angel is a Mexican name.
The team name is Destiny and Yeet.
Yeah, Destiny and the Eater. Yeah. Anyhow.
Sorry, I shouldn't be laughing that hard, but that got
Yeah,
me.
I know.
That got me in the feels there.
Thanks for hanging out with us while we completely ignored everything that we said we were going to talk about. But
We talked
Sum
a
it
little.
up with what the topic was.
it's really a shorter point than you can ramble about for an hour and a half. But you always need to focus on, okay, why is this happening? You can't just say, okay, I'm not carrying, or the ball's not hooking, or whatever else. You have to search for the why. And too many people especially in today's day and age, they kind of look at something at face value, and whatever it looks like, they just write it off from there.
Correct.
It looks like this, so that's that. It's like, well, that didn't really help you figure anything out or get anywhere or progress, or you say, well, I'm hitting the pocket and it's not carrying, and then you quit. Or you say, okay, well, this is going on and this is just the problem. Well, is it really the problem, or is it something deeper? Is it something, are you perceiving it wrong? Is the reality different from how you're seeing it or what you're looking at? I've been a devil's advocate person my whole life. And so, I will actually talk myself out of things or make bad decisions because I try to be contrarian or try to overthink it or think all my way, all the way around it. But it's generally kept me out of a lot of trouble and helped me figure a lot of things out, because I'm always, okay, well, why is this like this? Why is this happening? What is this doing? And so that's where, for everybody that watches the videos and likes the videos and likes how I explain things, or feels like I have a good grasp on ball reaction, I have not just said, okay, well, it's bad carry or it's bad ball reaction or this or that. I've asked, okay, well, why is this doing this? Why is the ball hitting flat, or why is it hooking too much, or why is it doing this? And so you generally move around and you learn and whatever else, and it's just, you learn by asking questions.
Yeah, 100%. Yep.
So you have to yeet perception. Just yeet it right out the window.
Jesus, Gary.
So you have to yeet the perspective.
Way to use
the perception, and focus in on the reality. And sometimes it's a harsh reality. That won't be a bowling ball name. It's a terrible bowling ball name. Sometimes it's, and some people try to avoid it because the truth hurts. But if the truth hurts, it's not somebody else's fault for pointing it out.
There's always a reason why. How about that?
So yeah, there's always a reason why. And if you want to get better, you'll look for the reason why. And if not, you'll make videos with a throwbot showing that bowling balls are different and try to make something out of it. So
yeah, I'll still bite my tongue. So we'll just let
Yeah.
that one be. We'll just keep that one to be there. So.
yeah.
Okay. Well, that was.
So anyway, yep.
We're gonna head out and go to the camper.
Yeah, we've got some cheddar jalapeno brats in there with my name on them. So
Boom. And once again, we're bowling tomorrow, so we'll be with you guys all day tomorrow. So
yeah, yep. And
it's
we'll
gonna be
see
a long
what-
day. 96 capped, and they're full.
Yeah, they're going to be full. Memorial Day is normally full because it's not one of the. It's some people camp, but it's most of the time people are done camping by Sunday, and then Memorial Day is just kind of an extra day or a cleanup day or whatever. But it's not something where a lot of people normally are. Memorial Day and Labor Day are pretty busy at the tournament. So
Yeah. So it'll be a long day. What are we looking at? 96 bowlers.
he had
on a lane.
Yeah, when he posted, yeah,
And he
96.
capped it right after that. The
Yeah.
people said, I don't know if he said, put me down.
It'll be 3 on a lane because there's 30, or how many lanes is a lane?
Is there 40?
Is it?
No, it's not 40.
No, it's 32 at Olathe.
For three
I'm
and
pretty
Lane?
sure it's 32 at Olathe. So yeah, it's gonna be 3 on Lane.
That's not terrible. I can handle
That's not
3
bad.
I can do that.
But yeah, they're capping it at 96, and they were at 92 yesterday. So
And go once D.
yeah.
Well, wait a minute. Sorry. I didn't mean it that way.
Interesting.
And go once letter D.
D for dog. She always gets letter D for dog.
Yeet. Sorry.
We shouldn't drink it. Yeah.
I didn't mean for it to go that
All
way.
of a sudden, the number of people went up several. Like, wait, what? What are we talking about here? So, all right. Thanks everybody for hanging out.
Happy Memorial Day weekend.
Yep.
Enjoy it.
I've got some more video. I released a video earlier.
I saw that. Yep.
The Astros of the Dark Code, and I have the nuclear
Ooh,
cell.
I didn't see that video, but I want to watch it.
Yeah, I have the nuclear cell versus the UFO alert going up fairly soon. So
Nukes versus the UFO alert, huh?
yep,
Sweet.
check that out. And thanks everybody for hanging out. It was a good time. Finish this and get the chow, and we will see you all on the flip side. Thanks for watching.